So the other day, I went to Paris to spend the whole weekend there. The whole purpose of this trip was for me to visit some museums, see some art, and practically honor my energy and ways in which I can replenish my energy resources. Lately, I've spent quite a lot of it, so I really needed to re inspire myself. And while I was there, it struck me how little time was spent on relationships that matter the most in our life, relationships with ourselves. So that's what this video is gonna be about. From my personal experience, dating yourself consists of two main aspects. The first one is effort. And mind you, effort doesn't mean that dating yourself has to be expensive or extraordinary. You really don't have to leave your city, your country, or sometimes even your house in order to feel loved and nourished by yourself. It can be as simple as going to your favorite park, although I realize that now I'm contradicting my own statement about not having to leave the house, but it can also be as simple as preparing your own favorite hot beverage. However, what effort does mean is that you're willing to go an extra mile, you're willing to put effort into honoring your own time and presence. Maybe you'll do the same thing you do the whole week. Maybe you will go to the gym or watch your favorite series. But then you'll prepare your favorite meal. Or you will arrange the living room so it feels extra cozy. Or maybe you will put on a makeup so it feels like a real date. Or dedicate some time before or after the series to talk to yourself. Either way, you will be putting effort into relationships with yourself. It also means that you dedicate a particular time slot to this date and you stick to it. Being flexible is a great thing, however, it is also essential to show yourself, however ridiculous it might sound, that you value your own time and your own plans. The second aspect is self reflection, although in that case, I would call it listening without judgment. Imagine you're on a date with a friend or a romantic partner. They would be telling you about their day and how their life has been lately, and you would be listening with curiosity. Now, this is the type of attitude we're trying to adopt with ourselves. It is of paramount importance to be your own safe space to express whatever has been boiling up on the inside. I find it that most of the time people feel lonely or depressed not because there's something wrong with their lives, but because they didn't have a chance to voice whatever thoughts or feelings have been affecting them in there. Over time, these thoughts and feelings become polluted with more thoughts and feelings. Suddenly, it's a turmoil that's affecting our lives and moods. So the point is, you really have to listen to what you have to say. I highly recommend talking to yourself out loud. I know some people use journaling for these purposes, but to me, journaling sort of slows down the whole process of thinking slash feeling. And sometimes all you need is just to say things out loud without filtering them. Yes, it's gonna look odd, especially if you do it in public, but believe me, the end result is so worth it. Now, the big question: where is the power in being alone? Two things: confidence and well being. Honoring your own time and presence is pretty much a prerequisite for confidence. When you put effort into being with yourself and getting to know yourself better, you develop this understanding of your own value. And when you know your own value, as well as that your plans matter and your time with yourself matters, it's much easier to channel this confidence into other areas of your life. In regards to well being, we're just trying to battle the information overload at our own pace. If you think about it, most of the time we're submerged under other people's ideas and thoughts. We spend 8 to 10 to 12 hours at work, then commuting, then listening to podcasts and music, then scrolling on our phones, then watching the TV. We really don't have time to pay attention to what's going on with us or whether we even agree with all these thoughts. And I believe that without having the time to reconnect with ourselves and simply align all these external thoughts with our own internal values, we start losing ourselves. We stop being able to differentiate between what's benefiting us and what's benefiting others. So, dedicating this time to ourselves is the only way for us to know whether we're moving in the right direction or not. Now, some final thoughts before we're gonna finish this video. As I mentioned earlier, dating yourself doesn't have to be expensive. So, here are for you some ideas to consider if you're low on a budget. Consider taking yourself to a favorite park, or a lake, or mountains if you have any, or any spot in the nature will do. Consider taking yourself to your favorite cafe and go for a nice hot beverage. Consider making this hot beverage at home and just going for a long walk. Consider putting on a makeup and simply having a dinner at home. I hope this will give you some inspiration on how you can spend quality time with yourself. And with that, I wish you a nice day and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.